Hey guys, this is the real Spartan 9001, and you may be wondering, why the hell are you here? And where is this place? And the answer is, this is the level I was going to, but when I went into it on camera, the game crashed, and when I reloaded it, I appeared here, so this is the new level, and immediately, we get the ice rune, and for some reason I still have the wing shield rune with me. I do not know why I have that, but it doesn't really matter because I'm not using wing shield here anyway. Because wing shield is useless in all levels but one. And there's a lot of noise outside, so hopefully hopefully that doesn't show up in the recording. So we are faced with split paths. We can go right, we can go forwards, or we can go left. And I feel like going left because left is obviously not the right path, so it must have something useful. Because that's how these things work. I don't even know what that sound was outside, but I've just, I just cut out what just happened then, but oh wow, my voice is stuttering like crazy here. I just cut that out, but what you did not see was the fact that I'm facing a major battle with these controls here. It's absolutely abysmal. Up the terrible whirlwind of death that is somehow better than the one in Hero's Tale, even though that was a significantly better game. So yeah, here's the mission. You have to use lightning breath to power these machines. You have to shoot these whatchamacallits. Were there 2 of them or 3 of them? I presume there's 2 of them. Is it working? No. I'll check behind it. Yeah, there's 3. Rotten cheat. That activates. Seems like it's frame delay, but yep, it shoots a red laser to somewhere. I don't know. Do you see this frame right here? Absolutely horrifying. You know what? I'd love to see, if Naughty Dog gets their hands on Spyro again somehow. I don't know how, because Activision is holding them tighter than insert joke that I've used before here. I'd love to see them try and, remake these levels, except actually good, like with the good controls. I mean, these levels aren't really bad on their own, but the bad mechanics makes them so horrible. So yeah, we're back here. And there's a cloud over there that I think I was supposed to use. So I will go jump cut and use it. Okay, this... Oh, that's what that terrible sound was. It was this... a mini level. Wow, great, mini level already. Because, it hasn't been 5 minutes yet. Quality camera. Oh, great. Another stupid speedway. The speedways in Spyro 3 and... Were there speedways in Spyro 2? Yeah, they were. Were good because it was fast-paced, not slow-paced like this. You actually moved at a decent rate then. But, not anymore. I guess there's a specific order you have to do. Of course, we have to switch to electricity breath. Because, oh my god, these stars are just annoying. And they don't, they still have collision when you kill them. Which is a big no-no for any game. Unless that enemy's purpose after death is to actually kill you. Or something, like a revenge blow. But these are obstacles, they don't even attack. And what was that janky bollocks? So let's see, what's next? Race cars on rainbows. Oh boy. What was that sound? I'm confused. Thanks. Nice missed effects. I have absolutely nothing to say right here because it's just confoundingly stupid. I don't even know how to describe this. They're flying beds. What is this place? I'll tell you what it's called. It's called LSD. I don't know. And there was a little section there where that ring was. It had a black box around it, like it was like an unfinished asset. Yeah, I got it all. Try again. Why does it always auto-select yes? I believe in the original game it selected no. Oh, you found a dragonfly that's bigger than you.
Hey, it's Tashi Station.
These names just get stupider and stupider. Final, the flying Riptocs. They sure are confident. Well, I have to say it, don't I? You know I have to. That they should remind themselves that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer. I say that in like every Let's Play I do, except I didn't say it in the Isaac one. You know what? I could probably go back in my videos and look to see if I actually did say that in my Let's Plays. Oh my god, this just feels so unnatural, and the bad frame rate does not help. I probably could have picked up that superstar there. These are super out of the way. Why do they exist? Yeah, much like what I was doing for the other ones, I'll be completing one lap and then just doing the other two off camera, because no one wants to watch me fly around like a fumbling buffoon and just with this horribly controlling speedway. Okay, that's lap 1. See you guys when I finish this. Well, that was tedious as all hell. Yeah, that was easy. It may have seemed difficult due to the artificial difficulty, but really, it's not. Busy, busy, bop. Okay, fine.
Hey, it's Gracie.
That's an okay name. I'll give you this. I'll give you that much. I'll let it slide this time, game. How about exit level? That's my favorite challenge. And I'm back from that stupid loading screen. But hey, that means I don't have to do any more speedways, right? Right? Answer me. Nah, there'll be more speedways. There's always gonna be more speedways. And how do I get up there? Like, I can see gems up there, but I don't know how to get there. Hang on, let me look around. I'll be back. I don't get how you're supposed to get those gems, so I'm just gonna go through the level normally and then find out later, probably. Or something. So yeah, these enemies are, much like most enemies in the game, absolutely no threat whatsoever. I'm beginning to see a running theme. Because, yeah, you can pretty much just flame every enemy in the game. Yeah, something that's wrong with this game is there are no enemies that you really have to charge at. Because charging is kind of... well, first off, in this game it's garbage, and second off, the fact that, you know, it's not as good as, you know, usually it's like, oh, you can't flame this enemy because of metal armor. But you have electricity breath, and what can resist electricity breath? Answer, nothing. Go home, game, you're drunk. You know, I bet if you just looked at my gem count every time I do a jump cut, and you notice it increasing, you're like, oh hey, he's getting a, you know, there's just a few gems he's cutting out. No, I cut out like 20 gems per jump cut because they're, like, pointless. And the fact is that if you, in case you're, you know, like you're noticing here, they're all 1s and 2s. Like, there's nothing, there's like no 5s, 10s, 25s, and these levels contain upwards of 800 gems now. So, yeah, it's really tedious to collect them all in 1s and 2s. That equates out to roughly, like, how many gems would that be? Well, seeing as there are 5s, 10s, and others, that's roughly like, what, 500 single gems in each level, or something like that? Also, here's a thief. Yep. Absolutely pathetic, and now I have a magic wand. How pathetic is that? Oh no, it's a lightning cloud. Lightning won't hurt it. Except it does. It kills it. Yeah, this game doesn't make sense in the slightest. It's a cloud. How can you hurt it? Stop questioning the game, Spartan. Nothing makes sense. And the frame rate is terrible as well. Must always reference the frame rate. Must always say that the frame rate is bad, because that's one thing that's consistent with this game. Bad frame rate. And bad haircuts. Hello, Berenstein Bear. Do I need to give you this magic wand? Answer me. Oh, apparently I do. Now what do you give me? Now I can power up the swirly. Oh. You're not even using the wand. Oh my god. These... By the way, the arrows that these things fire, while completely wimpy and weak, you can wing shield them back, even though they're, you know, they're solid objects, and it shouldn't make sense because arrows are meant to... If we were going by, like, any sort of logic, arrows would be pretty effective against dragons because they're tiny little spears.
Hey, it's Sabine.
That name is terrible, and Spyro is doing the moonwalk again. You know, back on the subject of, arrows versus dragons, if we're going by Fire Emblem logic here, then dragons, or, well, actually no, those are wyverns. But Spyro isn't a fully aged dragon, so he could be counted as a wyvern, even though I know there's two completely different races, but it's pretty close, isn't it? Pretty close there, isn't it? And so yeah, as I was saying, Fire Emblem logic, arrows are effective against it, so Spyro should not be able to wing shield it in the first place. Why am I taking Fire Emblem logic to a Spyro game? Because Fire Emblem is a lot better than this Spyro game. Catch my drift? You know, the more and more I think about it, the more and more I dread it when I have to do Thieves' Den as an episode, because Thieves' Den, absolutely horrible level. Even though it contains a mini-game, yes, a good mini-game that contains the best music in the game, it's still a horrible level, and I'll get to why when we get there. I think there's like 1,000 gems there, and they're like all 1s and 2s. I just realized I haven't said anything in like 2 minutes, so you might be confused since there's like a huge jump cut of a level, because nothing interesting happens between here and there. There are gems up there, aren't there? I can't tell. And Sparks does not have the detect gems ability in this game, so if you miss out on like one gem, well, screw you, there's no way to get that. So yeah, and also charging kills those things. Why charging kills those things? Do not ask me. I don't know how you can hurt a lightning storm. Also, by the way, head bash is incredibly useless. Incredibly useless. It's there, but it has like no use apart from doing the lightning flip. Thank you, game, for sending me there when I wanted to get that basket. Thank you, game, for putting me back there when I wanted to get that basket. You know, seeing how there's nothing interesting going on in the game now, I might as well tell a story or something like that, because generally, that's what people want to listen to in these Let's Plays, is just, they don't want to know about anything about the game. They just want to have game on while the person there is actually saying something interesting. So, yeah, what should I talk about? I'll talk about Undertale, since it's, actually, you know, kind of relevant, even though it came out like 3 months ago, or something like that. So yeah. I played Undertale like a while after it came back. I think it was like a month after it came out or something. And unexpected jump cut, because guess what? There was a knock at my door and I had to answer it. So yeah. What was I saying? I completely forgot. Oh yeah, Undertale. So I played Undertale like a month after it came out. I saw like one of my friends suggest, hey, you should play this game and buy it.
Hey, it's Sylvia.
Hello, Sylvia. That's an okay name. I'll accept it. So yeah, I played it like after a month after it came out or something. Bollocks. That's like the first death. So yeah, chuck that on the death counter. So while I get back there, story time. As I said, I played Undertale about a month after it came out, and I think I've said that like 4 times or something right now because I keep getting interrupted. I played it then, and yeah, a friend of mine said, hey, you should play this, and I was like, okay, but I don't know if it's my kind of game, because I don't know what it's about. And he said, oh, Joel from VineSource played it. As you can probably tell, I'm a VineSource fan. My picture is a picture of Vinny, and the picture is made by Sakoto, and it's of the Darkest Dungeon style. Or at least it is as of the time of this recording. I might change it later. But it's a pretty good picture. So, he said Joel played it, watch like a bit of it, but don't watch any more because you'll spoil yourself. And I'll be like, okay, I'll check it out. So I watched it. I watched the entire first episode, which is like the first stream. And I'm like, wow, this game actually seems pretty good. But I want to watch Joel play more of it. So I watched Joel play more of it, and I watched more and more, and eventually I watched him beat the entire pacifist run. And then I was like, oh, cool. Maybe I should watch a bit more of his and watch his genocide playthrough. So then I watched his genocide playthrough, and yeah, I completely spoiled the game for myself, and I was like, no. Insert name here. I won't say insert name here though, because he was DeMason, and I've talked about him in these recordings before, so yeah. He told me about it, and I didn't listen to him. And then a friend of mine, a bit distant friend of mine, but YouTuber, Random Game Critic, I know him, and I have spoken to him a few times, and he's a bit interested in this sort of thing, probably because it's a major game, and he's like, oh, I've seen a little bit of it, and I said, dude, you should play it. Don't watch anything about it, you'll spoil yourself. And he was like, okay, I'll look at it. And then next time I talked to him, he was like, oh no, I watched like half of the game itself. I watched the entire
Ice Boy.
Ice Boy, that's like Ice Cap. Okay. Yeah, stupid Undertale trash that I am. Yeah, he watched the entire pacifist run and most of, like, some other stuff, and I was like, oh no, you spoiled it for yourself, and he's like, oh, I spoiled it for myself, and I was like, oh hey, it's exactly what I did. And then I forget what I said. And yeah, so that happened. So that was a decent segment of game that I did not do any cuts for, and I have pizza right beside me because I have pizza now, and I'm considering eating it instead of recording this, but if well, that's a predicament. I could get, you know, I could eat too much pizza and then be not in the mood for recording, or I could keep recording and the pizza will go cold. Yes, cold in Australian summer. Don't bother talking to me, I know what I have to do. I have to kill these idiots who are lighting up the pool and making it inhospitable. Do I win something from you now? Come on. Okay, I did it. What now? While I was taking care of them, I already killed them though. Taka here. Oh my god, these names are terrible. You're too scared of water. You're a teddy bear. What do you have to fear other than, you know, getting wet? At least the super breath destroys baskets. Why was the water gyrating like that? Yep, that's physics for you. Isn't it great to get delay in while you're mid-flight, so you can't see when you need to hover? Isn't that just great? Give me a dragonfly.
Thanks for that.
What does... okay, I think that's when the developers just game up.
Hey, it's Rick.
Rick? No! Free Rick! Free Rick 2015. Well, actually it's 2016 now. What? What was that? The game seriously just booted me out of the level for no reason. Ugh. Well, while I'm here, I'm going to install these stupid runes. Yeah, install runes. Install Ice Breath, well, Wind Shield first. Because it defeats canonically, you know what, and approach statue with Ice Thing. I do have it, don't I? Yeah, I do. So why didn't it install both at once? Come on, game. So now we have Ice Breath that proves actually pretty much no use whatsoever, because I'll tell you why. It's just like Fire Breath, except it freezes enemies and is completely redundant because of Electricity Breath.